Hi guys, today I wanted to make a video similar to yesterday's video on Celestia, but this time about Wintertusk specifically. I also recently completed Wintertusk on my life, so I just want to make a quick video basically running through the world, a bit of the lore, and obviously this all comes from a Wiz player that's extremely focused on PvP itself. So obviously we have the commons of the world, which is HR, so I'm half Norwegian. And HR, as far as I know, is like a rolling R, like a R, right? So it's like Ryundelfjord or whatever. And I was like thinking about this earlier, and I don't think it's a coincidence knowing, well, Wiz essentially, but um, if you guys know Lord of the Rings, obviously Elrond, Council of Elrond, and Rivendell, where he lives, like what he built, then Ryundelfjord, Ryundel, if you slow it down enough, like Ryundel starts to sound like Rivendell. And I don't think that's a coincidence. So I literally think like Hrundelfjord is a reference to Rivendell in Lord of the Rings. So I think that's a fun fact, and I think it could definitely be true. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. So we're already in Osterland, which I believe is the first of the four, I guess you could say, fucking Cartesian areas of this world. Um, Ost, I thought personally meant south as well, but it may mean east. I mean, my Greek is much better than my Latin, so someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, um, yeah, this is the first area, obviously after the commons area. So you do a few quests for a few different people, including I don't even know where he is, but Austri himself, who is green and you'll like leafy, but you'll see in Nastrond. I believe he's actually the ice school, which is interesting, right? Because they chose like the greeny leaf springy guy to be, or maybe the fall. I guess I don't know. It's supposed to be the fall, probably. Oh wow, sky's real nice here, actually. By the way, guys, the lighting is off because like look at it. Does looks like it's like kind of daytime, and then you go up and it's like I guess it's the evening. So it's literally all the fall. It's pretty interesting. I mean, yeah, it's just weird, man. They made like for example, uh, Sudri or whatever his name is in Sutherland. He's reddish, but he's not fire. He's like moon school. But this is like the nighttime with a leafy guy. Like I feel like green should be the spring guy, but I don't know, man. That'll be Vestry. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but yeah. So there's nothing really special, right? Like there's you just collect the golden seal, from the four. I don't know what to call them, the strees, in order to I think help lock away the ice titan, um which the coven, the ravens are back, and that's their goal. I don't know if it's world domination or I think it's something along the lines of freezing the world over and basically restarting anew. Obviously the ravens have beef with the bears that are kind of the dominant force in the world, and the bears theoretically I guess have like a peace alliance with the wolves, which is obviously the plot of the original Grizzleheim, which I might make a video on in the future, where the wolves and bears are basically at war, and the Grendels and Jotuns are basically goblins used by the ravens to stir trouble, and the ravens are basically the quote unquote evil masterminds behind it all. So, those are the first two areas. Obviously, while we go to Vesterland, I can talk a little bit about, Grandmother Raven. So when we first get here, she's caged up at the bottom. And I think with the help of various things in the commons area, as well as the three sisters, the three witch sisters, you end up freeing her. And she basically tells you about the lore. She's basically exposition, right? She's graphically amazing, right? Obviously, she's a counterpart to Bartleby. We all know that. And her size and posture and everything, and like how powerful her magic aura is obviously like really cool. I remember when Wintertusk came out, actually I was like very impressed by how they did this. I'm clearly a little lacking in the brain department, having trouble getting to Vesterland, even though I've probably, farmed there about 50 million times lowball. So let's go down here. You know, it's apparently paved roads, like snow shoveled roads aren't enough for me to follow. I don't know. I need help, bro. So I'll pull up, you know, classic Vesterland. Obviously, if assuming Sutherland is, well, Sutherland's weird, right? It's wintry. So I guess the seasons are just messed up. So I guess there's no summer essentially, and this is basically the spring. Like I would argue, because like beginning of the crops. This is like May, June in like a Nordic country, right? Uh, I'm Canadian, um, but it'd be the same obviously in Scandinavia. You know, Norway, where part of my family's from. But yeah, well, you know, you guys know this area. There's the three bosses over here, which are actually, according to the story, I mean, most of you guys probably glossed the fuck over it if you ever even quested this, but they're actually like, these are all like spirits, including like, well, I don't know. I always pronounce it half fang, but when you look at it, it's actually one F, so it's like Hall Fang. Anyway, like half fang bristleboar or bristle, whatever the fuck his name is, uh, bristle crown, dude. Um, yeah, they're all like spirit warriors that are basically this other. I don't think it's her. I think there's an other NPC who's also like a ghost, like possibly Jorda Swordbreaker, who before you get to basically finish Vesterland as part of the main quest, she asks you to liberate these as like a favor. I guess these are her allies in a war of the past, which is pretty interesting, obviously. Um, so yeah, I think Vestry, there's nothing too complicated. Oh yeah, I remember you start this area by basically helping the bears build a fort. So you don't even meet Vestry till like the very end. And I'm pretty sure he just like hands over the I think he's like a generous, I'm not sure, but I think he's like the stone. I know he's the stone one, he's the ice school one. And I'm pretty sure he just hands you the golden seal. And then I might be confusing areas, but you just like fight a raven who's like, nah, bro, you can't just give him the golden seal, man. Because obviously he doesn't want to say that'll foil our plans, you know. But yeah, they all have like obviously Raven counselors that, if not all of them, I think they're pretty much all traitors. Obviously, big conspiracy plot in Wintertusk. It's a little more I feel like even if you follow the story, it's like a little more well thought out in terms of, I think Wintertusk is the beginning of the more mature worlds. Or definitely one of the first few, because I don't remember exactly when it came out. It was so bloody long ago when I was a kid, obviously. So those are the first like three areas if you include your Fjöndalfjord. And let's go to Sutherland, dude. Oh yeah, this is nice. There's like a nice ice tunnel. Should I take the teleporter or try not to get caught? Oh, I didn't. I don't even need to go here. Oh, that was a useless flex. Let's run around them, man. It's just screw it. There's an ice tunnel. You don't care. You don't care about this. It's pretty, I guess, but Ravenscar's prettier. So yeah. Is this a reagent? Nope. Collect some reagents. Double reagent XP, whatever weekend, dude. Too many words. Dude, they high key. I saw a video about this. I don't remember what it was, but they high key got rid of like how free, like, dude, free training point buyback is so inexpensive. I mean, fucking sorry, infrequent, and so are like actual crown sales. Like since KI changed ownerships or got bought out, they're totally like absolute cash grab. But everyone knows that they went from pay to play with to straight pay to win. Like Wiz is so pay to win, dude. And I don't care if you like argue against that with like the high level farmable gear. Like how much money do you think you spend to fucking get all the top gear to get to the point where you have a top gear and pet at max? And if you tell me you made your pet on a fresh account with no help from crown accounts, and you have like a meta pet like A1 or like several of them on several chars, bro, I don't even like believe you, bro. Anyway, this area is like really annoying, especially for example for the trogs. If you want to get the trogs, you definitely need external help unless you like quest the whole thing, which is what I did just because I hadn't done it in a long time, and it gives like pretty decent XP for when I was like in the 50s, early 50s. But yeah, you have like several gates kind of in a row to unlock in Sutherland and keep rising to the top. I hope I'm following the right path. I really don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. Hard to focus on two things at once. I like the opposite of ADHD. I have like fucking, I'm like hyperfocal. So I literally can't do two things at once whatsoever. I'll be completely lost if I start focusing on something else. But I feel like we're going up, which is good, you know. We got frost trolls, my boys. which are brought back in Polaris. This is cool, but the thing is pretty stupid. It's like you dress up as a raven once, and then it's like, yeah, the gate will recognize you, dude. The gate's like super dumb, bro. Yeah. So let's keep going. Oh, there he is, our boy Sudri, who, like I said, is Moon School in Astron, even though he a red boy. Will follow me, a little Viking, a little Kingman. These are really cool. I don't know exactly what creatures they are. They look like a Abomasnow in Pokemon, to be honest. I guess they're like plant boys. Um, yeah, they look like a huge version of like Pikmins or whatever in like Olimar, like Super Smash Bros. And stuff. That's Sudrelon, so let's get to Nordrelon, bros. Oh wait, I don't even know where I am. Alright, let's go back. I guess I can take the porter to take the porter. Oh, my hair's stupid now. Ugh. Okay. Is there a porter? Porter. Y'all watch basketball? Alright. Nordrelon. Oh yeah, it's like near there's like little springs. Hot springs. But yeah, it's funny. So Sudrelund is quote unquote ironically, I guess it's supposed to be like, because like the Arctic, Antarctica is actually in this southern hemisphere and everything. That Sudrelund is basically pure winter. And then Nordrelund itself is basically chaos. And actually, I would argue Nordrelund is more like the North Pole. I mean, I think that's fair. So I think Vestrelund and yeah, that's it. Australund and Vestrelund represent the fall and the spring, respectively. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned it earlier. And then Nordrelund and Sudrelund are actually the two poles because obviously, you guys know, like this is basically just like fucking peak Iceland in winter, dude. It's like volcanic. It's not very livable. I don't know if you guys have ever been or know much about like the Galapagos Islands in the Pacific or Iceland itself, like rural Iceland, but it's basically like it's uninhabitable essentially. You can actually like barely grow anything there. Um I don't understand this. I feel like there's a quest I'm missing, obviously. Like probably this dude. He's like build a bridge, bro. But I mean, there's nothing much. Like there's all this tunnel. Um, yeah, I'm like pretty OCD, or like I'm not OCD, but I don't like having quests in my thing. Try to like hide them or fucking do them all. So I don't want to pick up this quest right now. But yeah, you guys know. So you make it all the way to Nordry. There's like a little raven and stuff. This might be the one where there's like a troll. You have to like yeah, there's like a gate. There's like a troll you have to do a couple of quests for, like prove yourself, and then you can allow to see Nordry. And maybe this is the one where the Raven doesn't want you to get the golden seal, maybe because he knows that you're close to the objective. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So that's the fourth area of the four, like I don't know what to call it really, because my English is not good enough. But like the Cartesian plan in French, like in boussole is like a compass. Les quatre points cardinaux, whatever. I don't know if cardinal directions is like exists in English, but yeah. And then obviously finally talk to Grandmother Raven. And then you guys all know Nastrond. But just to wrap it up, let's go see our boy Leif Erikson. My real name's Eric, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. So like I'm literally named after Eric the Red, or the tail of Eric the Red. So Leif is my boy. We got yeah, her beak's a little weird, but it's just runes, I don't know. They gave her like a mole here, bro. I she's so glassy eyed, and like near the end, like the lore, she turns more into a villain, which in my opinion makes sense because basically Bartleby, you can tell he's kind of like Bartleby actually gets like weaker over time in the story, in my opinion, right? Like he gets like his eye stolen near the beginning or at some point, or like that's a big thing about him. He's basically perma nerfed. Like we might give it back to him or half of it, but at basically Bartleby's like from the very beginning, you essentially learn that he's like heavily crippled, and so it makes sense that his like counter figure, which is Grandmother Raven, is actually not as like lighthearted as she seems at first, because she's obviously like the shadow to his light. You know what I mean? And also, guys, this dungeon's freaking cool and weird. I wish we could go in. There's like the ice. There's a ice dragon, like the thieving dragon spell there, and he's like eating from a tree, like Yggdrasil, obviously, from Nordic myth. I barely mentioned Nordic myth, but I was more going along the. I can make a Nordic, but I'd have to do research, to like solidify my what I already know. But yeah, I basically wanted to go through the questing for this, obviously, because it's a possibility, and or for the trogs, it's important to do at least part of this area in a way to get the training point to optimize your legend character for PvP. So hope you guys enjoyed. I think it wasn't too bad. I know I'm a little all over the place, but it's just what I do to like stay. First of all, because I don't have background music at the moment because I'm using pure OBS and not. When I was using Discord, the overall quality of the videos was lower, as well as the audio quality. However, I could have background music, but now I have to basically figure out another way to set it up to have like good background audio and know that it's not too loud, because that's the most annoying thing ever. Like I can record an entire video and the background music just gets to me because like I'd rather just fill up the silence. It's like safer than have like background audio that'll annoy you guys. You know what I mean? It's very like finicky, right? Especially if it's like Wiz's volume is like very inconsistent. It's very up and down, and then per area it changes, right? So don't really want that to ruin the overall experience or annoy you guys. So you like click off like fuck the music, you know? Because like I'm sorry, but like I don't think most people as PvP players, bro, I don't think Wiz is like known for his music, bro. Like I know they like literally try, like they have like music producers, but I think it's pretty like as a person who's like DJ'd in the past, like Wiz's music is overall pretty shit. I'm not gonna cap. Obviously that's subjective, but yeah. Yeah, I didn't mention there's like the these free the bears. It's kind of funny as the guys that are frozen, but I guess they're quote unquote hibernators, even though they're not true hibernators, bears. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if this could even be insightful, but if any of you guys it's been too long, you just skip over the story if ever even touch the quest line of Wintertusk. Now you kind of know what it's about again. So hope you guys have an amazing day. Take care. I guess side note, I did literally all my questing this morning. All my crafting this morning. So I'm a legendary artisan. Now I gotta go craft some lore spells. I'm not sure actually if I have Goat Monk and Weaver on this chart because it's really old, so it might have gone them randomly. But definitely some stuff I want to do, and I want to play aggro life. Hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully I can rank up from like private to warlord before the age resets, whenever that is. So, have an amazing day. Like I said, please like and subscribe if you can, and take care, guys. See ya.